So the first thing I'm going to do, because we're starting a day out now, is the pavlovas. This is how you make them. Now, we know that everybody loves a good pav. You can top them with all sorts of different beautiful fruits that come out of summer, whether it's peaches, nectarines, berries. I'm going to do mine with mangoes because I just love mangoes. This is how you do it. You start off with your egg whites. I've got 6 egg whites, a little bit of salt, just a little bit of cream of tartar, and a little bit of vanilla extract. And what you do is you get those ingredients working with the egg whites first, high speed. So you can see once you've had a couple of minutes with your egg whites, you're starting to turn them into meringues. Now's when you start to add your sugar. I like to add it just gradually. So I put a good shake in to start, and then you let it keep working and just slowly, slowly add your sugar. Beautiful meringue, look at that. Nice and thick. And then you get a couple of tablespoons of corn flour, and this is what's actually going to stabilise your pavs. And we are ready. Okay, so once you get the majority of that out, all you need to do now is actually form the pavlovas on a baking sheet. Grab yourself a couple of spoons. We're going to divide this mixture into even pavlovas. Now, you don't want them too high, because if the pavs are too high, you'll find it hard to put your cream on later on. So just get your spoons and just sort of smooth them out a little bit so that there's an actual base there to put your ingredients on top. Of course, if you've got little kids and you still want them to have a little pav, then you can make a smaller one for the kids. Once you've got all of your pavs made, you pop them into an oven. You cook pavlovas quite low, about 135 degrees for about an hour. What I'm going to show you how to do is make a little syrup that we're going to toss the mango through, which you need some of my favourite ingredients, these beautiful little limes. I'm just going to roll them and get that juice ready to go. I've got a little bit of water and a little bit of sugar. Lime zest, make sure you give them a good clean. So you're looking for a couple of tablespoons of lime zest and a couple of tablespoons of lime juice. So depending on how juicy your limes are, will depend on how many limes you need to squeeze. Right, bring that up to a boil and then remove it, and that's the syrup that we're going to pour over our mangoes. At the same time of doing that, I'm going to get my chocolate, pop it into a little bowl over some simmering water, and we're going to melt that nice and slowly. And this is what we're going to dip our little individual pavs in. Once your syrup's been bubbling away, simmering for about 4 minutes or so, it should have reduced by about half, which means if you started off with 500 mils, you end up with 250 mils, okay? So you want to literally evaporate half of that liquid out of the pot just to intensify the flavour and also to get that nice sort of syrupy consistency. My chocolate is beautifully melted. So what we have here are these incredible pavs that I popped into the oven for an hour yesterday. I left the door ajar for a few hours, then I took them out and I popped them into an airtight container overnight, okay? So now they're a little bit firmer and a little bit easier to handle, which is a good thing. So into my melted chocolate and just roll it around just that once, and you'll get this beautiful chocolate base to your pav. So, leave these in a nice cool place and those chocolate bases will set and go nice and firm, and then you're going to make the most delicious pav when your guests arrive. Now, once your chocolate dipped pavs have had time to set up, pick them up and pop them onto your serving tray, like that. Get our syrup that we made. We're going to pour that over this beautiful mango. Combine the syrup and the mango together. Delicious. And then the last thing you need is, of course, a little bit of whipped cream, and you pop it straight on top of your pav. Right, so once you've got your cream on, give your mango another good old stir. Now, I use a slotted spoon so that all of that excess syrup runs off, and I just go ahead and pop that. Beautiful. And I think that that's a perfect one to be left over from me. Happy Christmas.